Hello everyone. Hope you are watching the lectures well, and even I think you are enjoying the problems also because I've been discussing only with the different types of applications for the better understanding. Sometimes you may come across the lengthy calculations. Don't get afraid. Be cool in such areas and be confident in handling the calculation areas in a systematic manner, so that you can give your best in coordinate geometry. Okay, even in the today's lecture also I am going to discuss some applications for your better practice. In the next lecture we will be dealing with a new topic. Okay, let's see the first problem here. If a is equal to a t square comma 2at and b is a by t square comma minus 2a by t, s a comma 0 and 1 by sa plus 1 by sb is equal to 0. Here we have options a 1 by a, 3 by a. The next option is 2a by 3. Let's see how to deal with this application, because here we are involved with the coordinates of t here. Okay, so what coordinates we have? A t square comma 2at minus a by t square comma minus 2a by t. We have discussed such kind of application earlier. In what manner we have discussed? Whenever you have the parameter t, okay, you can put some value of t for the better calculation, so that you can get the solution easily. You will be getting the same result even by taking t as usual, but the calculation go very lengthy. You will get complex. So that's the reason. Reduce those coordinates into simplest format by just having the assumption of some value t. So here for my convenience I am taking t is equal to 1. If you take t is equal to 1, a coordinates will be changed into a comma 2a and b coordinates will be changed into a comma minus 2a and s is a comma 0. Now if you calculate SA is equal to a minus a root over of a minus a whole square, that is 0 square. SA means a minus a 0 square and 0 minus 2a whole square. Either you get a minus 2a whole square or plus 2a whole square, that will give you the same. Okay, so since we are talking about the distance, I am taking plus 2a whole square. Okay, gets cancelled, which is equal to 2a. Otherwise if you take minus 2a whole square here, you will be taking mod minus 2a, okay, which is equal to plus 2a, because root over x square is equal to mod x. Understand, it can't give you minus x. Then in a similar manner, if you take root over minus 2a whole square, nothing but mod minus 2a, which is equal to plus 2a. It's very important point. Okay, I am erasing these options here. And SB is equal to, what is SB? Distance between these two. That is square root of a minus a, 0 whole square, 0 minus half minus 2a, plus 2a whole square. Anyway, directly we are getting plus 2a. But we are asked to calculate 1 by SA plus 1 by SB. So 1 by SA plus 1 by SB is equal to 1 by 2a plus 1 by 2a. Okay, so what is LCM? 2a, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 gets cancelled, 1 by a. See, by just taking t is equal to 1, we could close the problem easily. See, you can ask me, sir, only for t is equal to 1, or you can go for any value. Happily, if you wish to check for any other value of t, also not an issue, you will be getting the same, where t is a variable. That's the reason. Hope you got it. So such kind of areas, think logically and try to work out. We'll go with the next problem. The point px comma y is equidistant from the points q, c plus d comma d minus d, r, c minus d comma c plus d. C minus d comma c plus d. Then we are given with some options. Let's check. Cx is equal to dy, and Cx plus dy equal to 0. dx is equal to cy, dx plus cy is equal to 0. Please note down the options. I am going to erase them. The first option is cx equal to dy, cx plus dy equal to 0, dx equal to cy, and dx plus cy is equal to 0. Okay, here we are talking about the distance between the points PQ and PR, equal distance. These 2 points are equal distance from the point P, and hence what condition we take? PQ is equal to PR. Such kind of problems are easy in conceptual, but calculation you may commit errors. Please listen carefully. Therefore, PQ square is equal to PR square. What is PQ square? We can write directly without square root because we have taken the square. C plus D minus x whole square, okay, plus D minus C minus y whole square is equal to distance between PR, C minus D minus x whole square, C plus D minus y whole square. Here what I suggest you, instead of expanding this according to a plus b plus c whole square and a minus b minus c whole square, that goes very lengthy for you. You treat this is some x and this is some y, so x minus y whole square. Similarly this and this, so that your calculation becomes easier. What is x minus y whole square? X square plus y square minus 2xy. So c plus d whole square plus x square minus 2x into c plus d. Similarly, treat this is x and this is y. D minus c whole square plus y square minus 2 into d minus c into y is equal to right hand side. Again treat this is x and this is y, x and y. C minus d whole square plus x square minus 2x into c minus d. C plus d whole square plus y square minus 2y into c plus d. The reason that I have told you to take in that way, only by taking x minus y whole square expansion we have got that many terms. If you expand according to a plus b plus c whole square, the terms are going to be many, you may get confusion. Okay, see here c plus d whole square, c plus d whole square gets cancelled both the sides, and d minus c whole square, c minus d whole square, because here we have power 2, even on taking minus common factor there won't be any change in the result, so that I could cancel directly here. Okay, and x square, y square got cancelled. See how many terms we could eliminate directly. Okay, and then we have minus 2x into c plus d minus 2 into d minus c into y. Here also minus 2 into x into c minus d. Here minus 2y into c plus d. Both the sides, if you take minus 2 common factor, minus 2 and the right hand side minus 2 also gets eliminated. So left hand side we have x into c plus d plus y into d minus c is equal to, this side you have x into c minus d plus y into c plus d. Fine. Left hand side you have x into c plus d, y into d minus c, and here x into c minus d plus y into c plus d. Both the sides I have taken minus 2 common factors so that I could eliminate them. There are no minus signs there. What I am going to do, transposing all x terms one side and all y terms on one side, so that I will be getting the conclusion. See here, if you transpose all x terms one side, if you take x common factor, c plus d minus c plus d is equal to y, if I will take common factor, c plus d, okay, minus d plus c. These two gets cancelled, these two gets cancelled. 2dx is equal to 2cy. 2 gets cancelled, and hence we are getting dx is equal to cy. This is what our requirement. So what is the suitable option here? Third option. What do you understand in all these problems? You should be very pinpoint, you should be having very keen observation while calculating the expansions or doing the problems of coordinate geometry. Got my point? Let's go to the next problem. See, this is also a good application in the section formula. The point whose coordinates are the point whose coordinates are x is equal to x1 plus t into x2 minus x1, y is equal to y1 plus t into y2 minus y1. Divides the join of x1 y1 x2 y2 in the ratio. Means this point x equal means actually it is a coordinate given in terms given in the form of equality of x and y. Nothing different here. It is a coordinate x1 plus t into x2 minus x1, y1 plus t into y2 minus y1. If this coordinate or if this point divides the join of these two, then in what ratio? In what ratio that is going to divide? That's the question. So I told you very clearly, when you are talking about 2 points and some point px comma y divides, then the required ratio is given by x1 minus x by x minus x2 or y1 minus y by y minus y2. With any of these formula, we can get the required ratio. I have told number of times to remember these kind of shortcut results also. Okay, let's apply this x1 minus x means x1 itself minus x. What is x? Minus x1 plus into minus into plus becomes minus t into x2 minus x1. Here you should be very careful in calculation of this problem. X minus x2. X minus x2 in the sense x1 plus t into x2 minus x1 minus x2, writing as well x2. Now I am erasing this for the calculation part. These two gets cancelled. Here we have minus t into x2 minus x1. If I take minus common factor here, minus to minus becomes plus, so that we'll get t into x1 minus x2. Okay. And now here we have x1 minus x2. Here if I will take again minus common factor, plus t becomes minus t into x1 minus x2. See how logically we have to think while calculating applications. T into x1 minus x2 by, in both the terms you have x1 minus x2 as common factor. If you take that common factor as x1 minus x2, then what is left? 1. Here what is left? T. These two gets cancelled. So t by 1 minus t. What ratio that is going to divide? This point is going to divide the join of these two in the ratio of t by 1 minus t. Here we are given with the options t by 1 plus t, 1 plus t by t. Second option is 1 plus t by t. And the third option is t by 1 minus t. So anyway we have got this option. And the fourth option is 1 minus t by t. So in that way you may come across only with the unknown terms. Okay, so far we have been doing the applications with some numerical values. Here all the questions are based on completely of unknown terms, so that you should be very careful. Okay, now let's go with the next problem. Yeah, 0 comma 0, 0 comma 0, 20 comma 15, 36 comma 15, 36 comma 15 are the vertices of a triangle, then the excenter opposite to vertex 0 comma 0, then the excenter opposite to vertex 0 comma 0. Options here we have 35 comma 20, option 2 19 comma 18, (16 comma 25), the fourth option 14 comma 22, 14 comma 22. Yeah, here I'm not going to explain you the entire problem. I'll just give you the idea and I'll leave it for you. You can do it yourself, okay? Because we have been doing such kind of applications many. When we are dealing about excenter for certain triangle, we'll be getting three excenters. One is opposite to vertex A, opposite to vertex B, and opposite to vertex C. I1, I2, and I3. If you are talking about A as 0, 0, now we are supposed to calculate the coordinates of I1. To find the coordinates of I1, okay, I have given you the standard formula also with the help of the in-center formula. I think I'm going to erase the options here because yeah, I need some board space, that's the reason. What is the excenter opposite to vertex A? Minus ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3 by minus a plus b plus c, and similarly minus ay1 plus by2 plus cy3 by minus a plus b plus c. Here what are ABC values? ABC are the lengths of the sides of the triangle opposite to vertex A, vertex B, and vertex C. So first you are supposed to calculate the values of ABC with the help of the distance formula as if we have done in the previous cases, and then we are going to substitute in this particular formula to get the coordinates of the excenter opposite to 0, 0. If you are asked to calculate the excenter opposite to 20, 15, then you will be taking ax1 minus bx2. Similarly, ay1 minus by2. If you are asked to calculate the excenter opposite to vertex C, then you will be taking ax1 plus bx2 minus cx3. Here ay1 minus plus by2 minus cy3. The denominator also a plus b minus c, a plus b minus c. In that way, you are supposed to calculate the coordinates of the excenter. Okay. Please be careful while dealing with the distances as well the calculation part what you are going to get. Here I am also going to provide you the key, that is please keep watching. Question number, yeah, here I think you will be getting 35, 20. You will be getting 35, 20. Please check. If you don't get it, don't be panic. You just update me so that I'll clarify your doubt over the WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah. Next, we are going to the next problem. The midpoints of the sides of a triangular. The midpoints of the sides of a triangular. 1/2, 0. 0, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. Then its circumcenter. What is S? We are given with the midpoints of the triangle. Okay. Means when you are talking about the circumcenter, first we are supposed to calculate the coordinates of the vertices. Here we are given with the coordinates of the midpoints only. Okay. For that, what I am going to do with the help of the coordinate system, I am going to take for the better simplification 1/2, 0. 1/2, 0 means where it lies, somewhere here on the x-axis. 1/2, 0, and 0, 1/2 where it lies. 0, 1/2 lies on the positive direction of the y-axis, and 1/2, 1/2 means somewhere it will be 1/2, 1/2. Okay. Since these are the midpoints of some triangle, okay, if it is a midpoint of the side of one particular side of the triangle, okay, if this is 0, 0, definitely what will be this 1, 0, means one extreme point of the triangle is going to be definitely 1, 0, because here we have 1/2, 0. If you take the midpoint for these two, you will be getting 1 plus 0/2, 1/2, 0. So that 0 plus 0/2, 0. And similarly, here, if you wish to take the midpoint of this particular line segment, you will be getting 0, 1 as the extreme point. Now let's calculate this. Sorry, let's connect this. If you will be connecting the coordinates, you will be getting something like this. The triangle is going to be something like this. Okay, otherwise you can make this straight line properly. This is a midpoint 1/2, 1/2. Now it is a right angle triangle. In the right angle triangle, the circumcenter is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? This. So directly we are getting the midpoint, that is 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2. So what is the circumcenter of the triangle whose midpoints are 1 by 2 comma 0, 0 comma 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2, 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2. See how logical it is. The question is very logical. Only the thing you should understand the question. Here we are given with the midpoints of the sides of the triangle. So that's the reason I just placed on the number line. If it is the midpoint of some line segment, whose one end is 0 comma 0 and the midpoint is 1 by 2 comma 0, definitely the other end must be 1 by 2 comma 0, and here it must be 0 comma 1. Therefore the midpoint of 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 1 is going to be 1 plus 0 by 2 and 0 plus 1 by 2, and it is already provided in the problem itself. And anyway, it is a right angle triangle. So in the right angle triangle, the circumcenter is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Hope you understand this problem. Yeah, let's go with the next problem. You feel some interesting. Please note down. If x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2, x3 comma y3 are vertices of a equilateral triangle, are vertices of a equilateral triangle, such that x1 minus 2 whole square plus y1 minus 3 whole square is equal to x2 minus 2 whole square plus y2 minus 3 whole square is equal to x3 minus 2 whole square plus y3 minus 3 whole square. Then the value of x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus 2 into y1 plus y2 plus y3. Here we have the options 18, 24, 6, 8. Yeah, I know when you see the problem you may feel very complex, or equations are very lengthy, so that the calculation may go what length. Nothing, very simple application, just logical thinking. Here very clearly provided that the vertices of the triangle ABC are something x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 comma y3 is the third vertex. Here in every case you notice that x1 minus 2 whole square plus y1 minus 3 whole square, minus 2 minus 3, minus 2 minus 3 means you are taking the distance between some particular point. Let's say this is the point, distance between this and this and this is equal according to question. So that point can be, what is that? Circumcenter. The circumcenter is equidistant from the vertices. Okay, therefore S2 comma 3 is a circumcenter, because here in every case we have 2 3 2 3. So x1 minus 2 whole square plus y1 minus 3 whole square, x2 minus 2 whole square plus y2 minus 3 whole square, x3 minus 2 whole square plus y3 minus 3 whole square. All the three are equal distances when the point is circumcenter. Means here 2 comma 3 is the circumcenter of the given triangle, and it is clearly mentioned that equilateral. So in the equilateral triangle, circumcenter coincide with the centroid. Therefore the coordinates what we have for circumcenter are the same coordinates for the centroid. What is centroid? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 is equal to 2 comma 3. Okay, so now on equating these two and these two, will be getting x1 plus x2 plus x3 value. What you will get? x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 2 into 3, 6, and y1 plus y2 plus y3 is equal to 9. Now substitute here x1 plus x2 plus x3, 6 plus 2 into 9, 18, 18 plus 6, 24. So our suitable option is second option. Anything complex here? The only logical point is point 2 comma 3 is going to be circumcenter is the logical point here. If you can recognize that particular point, not an issue, you can close the problem very easily. If you don't get such a logical idea, you'll feel very complex to solve the problem, because you can find the coordinates unless you understand this particular condition. Hope you understand. In such a way, you have to think in a logical manner while doing with the problems of the coordinate geometry. Still, there are many more applications of in-depth concepts, but we are supposed to cover the next level concept so that we can do some applications in the next level. Okay, let's go for the next class. In the next class we'll go with the extended level concept, so that we'll go with some more applications, okay, of some higher end. Okay, thank you.